Hi everyone, I just wanted to show you my latest Craigslist find. I bought this last week. Been sitting in a barn for a while. Guy advertised it for $250 or best offer. So I made arrangements to go look at it. It was about 35 miles away. And about 5 minutes from there, the guy texted me and said he was stuck at work and he wouldn't be able to make it. So I replied that I had driven 35 miles, was about a mile or two away, and so he replied back that he was sorry, and we could make arrangements to look at it the next day, and I told him I would call him beforehand, and he texted back and said, if you come tomorrow and you want it, I will give it to you for $175. So there's my new $175 Craftsman LT1000 16 horsepower Kohler engine. This did have a few problems which he listed. Someone had tried to steal it, and they'd taken the ignition switch out, obviously didn't know what they were doing, clipped wires off, tried to wire together, and so anyway I took a look at it, and this thing looked like new. It was all dusty and all, but you could tell that it had been used very little. There's still nubs on the back tires. And this mower sold for around $2,000 new. And see if I can get a side shot of it here. And it's the 6-speed, the automatic. Has the brush guard on it. Again, 16 horsepower Kohler. Everything is in great shape other than the ignition switch was gone, and there was just a big ball of wires in here. And so there's never been a better time for do-it-yourselfers. About anything you want to find out, you can search Google and come up with the answers. And basically I pulled up a manual, printed it off, and put new ends on the wires and hooked everything back up. It also broke the nipple on the bottom of the gas tank, so I had to buy a new fuel tank for it. By the way, for do-it-yourselfers, if you're not using eBay and Amazon for things like this, you should be, because you can get aftermarket parts for many times a third of the price of what you'll pay for a local shop. I know local shop owners hate to hear that, and I try to support them when I can, but I just replaced a voltage regulator in my father-in-law's Craftsman rider, and the local shop wanted $64 for it. Bought it online with the same 1-year warranty for $20, shipped to my door in 3 days. So the ignition switch cost me $16. Fuel tank was, I think, right at $30, and so I've got an extra $46 in this mower. But again, for $175, and this thing sold for around $2,000. When I put gas in it, got it wired up, put gas in it, it fired up almost immediately, and it had been setting for I'm not even sure how long, but quite some time. It was dusty, it had been setting in a barn. Cleaned it up, sharpened the blades. Even though the oil looked like new, had the original oil filter on it, I changed the oil and all, and lubed it up. But once again, what a great find. And this is not the first. You check out Craigslist, and if you have any mechanical ability at all, you can find out just about anything, troubleshoot any of these problems with these things by Googling it. And a few simple tools. Craftsman multimeter is what I use for the electrical on this to help trace down the wiring. Again, you can get manuals online. I printed one out for this. It has all your adjustments for deck, everything else. There's the print for the wiring, the ignition switch, and it's pretty simple really. The wires are colored and they match in here: black, blue, red, and just about everything you want to find out about it, you can find out online. So took this out for a spin and I got it put together yesterday, and everything's working great on it. Didn't want to move when I first got it going, and what it was, there was a pin goes back into the side of the transmission, and it's operated off a brake lever. So I just put a little oil on that pin. It was sticking, and I came over and I operated the brake back and forth many times. Went and put a little more oil on it, did it again. It was fine. Other than that, this motor is in excellent shape, and you just can't beat the price. Again, this is not the first find. I've had other riders, other push mowers. Sometimes I keep them, sometimes I resell them for profits. But anyway, just like Phil, happy, happy, happy.